So today I'm going to show you some slightly more advanced techniques that you can use if you would like for your two-point perspective imagined architecture project. Now these techniques are slightly more advanced than just adding regular extensions and windows. So if you feel like those things come easy to you and you want to try something a little bit more challenging, these may be some great techniques for you. So I'm beginning off by just creating some very basic forms with windows and extensions, and I'm going to build off of those to show you these more advanced techniques. So the first thing I want to show you is how to create a staircase that comes out of this left side that diminishes to the left vanishing point. So I'm going to begin by creating the interior inside of this, like it's an opening into this building. And now I'm going to create a stair step that comes out of this bottom edge. So since this whole wall diminishes to the left vanishing point, each time I want to extend outward, I want to extend from the right vanishing point. And then the width of it will diminish to the left. So there you can see I have just a simple platform that looks like it steps back into the building. Next, I added some vertical lines to drop down from there, and I will cut it off going to the left vanishing point as well. And now I can begin to add another step that extends out from the right vanishing point and is cut off coming from the left, with more verticals dropping down that get cut off from the left as well. So each time you can see it's simply a matter of extending it from the right and cutting it off from the left and then dropping down with verticals. And that's what's going to create that up and back stair step effect that you're looking for. Now, one possible way to sort of finish off the back edge of your staircase is to simply take each step and turn it into its own box by adding the right side to each one. This is going to be a really cool effect where it just looks like all of these rectangular prisms are stacking one on top of the other. I'm going to show you some other options too here in just a minute. So now I think I'll make a sidewalk sort of extension coming from the right vanishing point, and then I can make that sidewalk turn by switching it and making it come from the left vanishing point. That way you can walk and turn and then go up the staircase. And now just for fun, I think I'll add some thickness to this sidewalk just so it has some depth and is not a flat plane. You could add this or not, that's just for fun. And so now I'm going to show you what a staircase would look like from the opposite side against a right wall. So this time I think I'll start with a step coming straight down and cut it off to the right vanishing point, the same side as the wall. And to extend out for each step, it's now going to extend out from that left vanishing point. And I'm just going to continue building on, extending out from the left, down vertically, and cutting each step off going to that right vanishing point. Now you can make your staircases as long as you would like. That is completely up to you. I'm going to add just a couple so you can kind of get the hang of it and see how that pattern begins to be set up from the opposite direction. Now eventually my stair steps run off of the page. I've added a sidewalk and you can see each step go up and up and up into that building. And this time I'm going to show you an alternate way to finish the back edge of the staircase. You can simply take the vertical and left diminishing lines and scooch them back from the front. And that's going to give you a nice zigzag effect, which is a little bit different from that first technique that I showed you. Now what I want to do is show you how to create an arched doorway. So since this wall diminishes to the right vanishing point, I need my arch to do the same thing. So I can decide where I want the beginning of that curve to start and line it up to the right vanishing point. That will give me the left and right side of my arch. Then if I crisscross the corners for that new little rectangle, that tells me the exact center. And if I go straight up from there, that third point will tell me where the middle of my archway should be. Then I can free draw what that curve should look like. And that technique is great because it's going to make sure that that curve is diminishing in space along the edge of that wall the way that it should be. And now I can add in the interior part of that building. Now this technique also works for circles if you want to add a circular window too. I can take any regular window, crisscross the corners very lightly. From that center point, draw a vertical line up and down to find the top and bottom of my circle. Then take that center line and connect it to the same vanishing point that the wall diminishes to. That gives me the left and right side of my circle. And then I can simply free draw, connecting all 4 of those points, making that nice circular window. And then I can perfect my shape and erase any of those guidelines, and that gives me a perfect circle in perspective, diminishing in space. Now here's what the same thing would look like on a right wall that goes to the right vanishing point. And hopefully this will give you some great ideas if you want to try out some slightly more challenging things with your imagined architecture. Again, these are optional, but this just kind of shows you some different ways that you can be creative and add some extra elements to your project.